obunabbi
is given by the Spirit of God.
buweebwa n'omwoyo wa Katonda.
For prophecy
Kuba obunabbi
is one of the gifts
kyekimu ku birabo
of God.
kyekimu ku birabo bya Katonda.
Prophecy
Obunabbi
is given to reveal
buweebwa okwolesa
what lies ahead,
ekiri mu maaso,
that God's people
nti abantu ba Katonda
may not perish.
baleme okusaanawo.
When we give a prophecy,
bwe tuwa obunabbi
or when we prophesy,
oba bwe tuwako obunabbi,
it is not because we are powerful.
tekiri nti tuli b'amaanyi,
No,
nedda, naye ge kabonero
to show you
okulaga
that God is real.
nti Katonda wa ddala,
Is a symbol
ge kabonero
that shows you
akakulaga
that there's danger ahead.
nti waliwo obulabe mu maaso,
Jesus is real.
nti Yesu wa ddala
Still relates to his chosen ones
akyakolagana n'abalonde be
to speak to generation
okwogera eri emigigi
for the salvation of souls.
olw'obulokozi bw'emmeeme.
I saw nalabye Calamity, nalabye akatyabaga befall on the city of Houston, nga akatyabaga kagudde ku kibuga kya Houston due to its sinfulness, olw'ebibi byabwe. You see, it is like Houston is found in Texas, whatever. Kibanga muno Houston kisangibwa mu Texas, but whatever it is, naye kyonna kyekiri Houston, Calamity, abakatyabaga be ready.
Overnight, deadly storms sweeping across the western Gulf Coast. Southeast Texas raked with winds over 80 miles per hour. Near Houston, at least 4 people were killed. At one point overnight, more than 1 million customers in Texas and Louisiana without power as those vicious winds took down transmission lines.
I can't emphasize enough the danger of fallen trees and fallen utility wires. Downtown is a mess. It's dangerous due to the glass and the lack of traffic lights, so stay at home.
Downtown Houston, a mess.
It just looks like the bomb went off and everything's damaged.
Windows blown out of skyscrapers, streets littered with debris.
We can literally feel the building shake, and then the ceiling tile was coming down.
The roof of this Hyatt hotel sent flying. A large chunk of this bar crumbling.
I realized it was pretty bad when it got black. I mean, it really got dark.
Astros fans scrambling after rain got through the dome at Minute Maid Park. Trees littering the streets, this tire shop barely standing.
It's hard because it's my work for 2 years and a half, my family business, and it's hard, really hard.
And layered with all the damaging winds, torrential rains. Radar estimates up to a half foot, leading to widespread flash flooding.
I saw nalabye Calamity, nalabye akatyabaga befall on the city of Houston, nga akatyabaga kagudde ku kibuga kya Houston due to its sinfulness, olw'ebibi byabwe.
Another powerful storm system has hit Texas. Wind and rain slammed the southeastern part of the state for the second time this month, prompting hundreds of thousands of shelters in place. At least 4 people were killed, and at the peak, there were more than 800,000 people without power in Houston. Crews were able to get the lights back on for about 180,000 people overnight. The city of Houston was especially hard hit, and that's where Dave Malkoff is today.
This is in downtown Houston. The winds were 100 miles per hour as they quickly roared through this major American city. A thunderstorm so fierce it produced wind gusts that blew out some of the skyscraper windows.
We all took cover in the bathroom, windows blowing out, trees flying everywhere. It was crazy.
It generated enough rain that even modern buildings like this downtown hotel couldn't keep the water out. And at Minute Maid Park, home of the Astros, its covered stadium barely able to do the same. The city streets are littered with debris, fallen trees, and siding of buildings. Houston's mayor has warned people to stay away.
It'll take 24 hours for a lot of this power to be restored. Some will require 48 hours. So we're in a recovery mode.
The storm took a toll on areas outside the city, too, causing power transformers to explode and bending those giant utility towers, knocking out power to about 1 million customers. All this was someone's house.
It's everyone's lives, just on the street.
Just north of Houston, rounds of extreme weather have slammed the area in recent weeks. I walked around Courtney Emmons' neighborhood just before the latest storms hit. She's still shaken up in the aftermath of the recent flooding. In Conroe, we could see debris everywhere, furniture, personal items, insulation material that used to be inside homes, reduced to garbage, sitting on the curb. Look at that piano.
I know. That's probably a family heirloom.
And now it's gone. But it wasn't flooding, it was high winds in excess of 100 miles an hour above hurricane strength that took the bricks off the side of this building right here. This is a popular club in downtown Houston. You can see the LED panels on the opposite end of the dance floor from the DJ booth. Those are just kind of swinging here. We heard from somebody who works here who said nobody was in there. They posted on Instagram that nobody was hurt, but this was definitely a deadly storm here in Houston that moved on to Louisiana. In downtown Houston, I'm Dave Malkoff, CBS News.
I saw Narabie, Calamity, Narabie akatiabaga before on the city of Houston. Ngakatiabaga kabude ku kibuga cha Houston.
The nearby Starbucks across from Cy Springs High School also sustained damage, and the Cypress Springs Retail Plaza sign was heavily battered.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Holy cow.
In the Northwest area, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez shared an image of an uprooted tree at the intersection of Pinemont Drive and TC Jester, urging people to avoid roadways if possible.
They've been sending once, ooh, the trees falling.